Guys, Deluded Guna, you choosing Golo Kante. Now, I no doubt a couple of you have got social media and you're seeing the rumours that allegedly Reiss Nelson threw his shirt down or his bib down in anger at not coming on the pitch in the 3-0 victory over Watford. Now, we don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't confirm if this happened or not. I mean, granted, some people even there might not have caught it. So if it never happened or whatever, we're not to say facts and we're not pitting anyone against anything, and we need to be careful. I know a lot of people take opinions as facts and them things. It's not like that. But let's crack on. On one hand, if he did throw his shirt down, I mean, regardless of how good we think the player is and all of these things, I mean, you guys know I love youth development. You can't do that. You really can't do that. It doesn't matter if you're Reiss Nelson or if you're a lesser talent. It does not matter what you think of Wenger, where the club is at the moment. It does not matter. The reality is a man is not that age matters, and I'm not much older myself, but a man is 18. For all his talent, for all of these things, a man is 18. There's players there, whether they're playing good or not, several caps for their country, several things. Arsenal is a big club. We cannot cater to a young player, so you need to have the manners and be big enough to understand, first and foremost, no one is bigger than the club, and what matters is the result. Yes, it hurts not to come onto the pitch, and as a young player, and granted, if I was him and Iwobi was putting in the performances that he's been doing and did today, and he's playing ahead of me, I wouldn't be happy either. And obviously, you understand where it comes from. It's a source of frustration. He wants to show what he's about. He wants to ultimately play Premier League football. I get that. But it's not, you shouldn't. There's a way to handle things. He's human. He's a young boy. He will learn from it, and he's a model professional. It's no coincidence. This is one of the only times you've ever heard about this, to be honest with you. And it's an elite mentality on one hand. So I hear that. On the other hand, now that's where I don't condone it. But on the other hand, I can understand because of what I've just said. When you're seeing Iwobi come onto the pitch, when you're seeing how, firstly, if we're away from Iwobi, in fact, I'm saying too much. When I see Iwobi putting in the performances he's putting in, and he put in today, I'd be as angry as Reiss Nelson too. Ultimately, you want to play first-team football. He's still eligible to put into context how young he is as a footballer. He's still eligible to actually play in the FA Youth Cup, which our young players are doing quite well in, and they haven't been able to call upon him recently. And he's still young enough to be in there, so that's where he's got to have context. But on another hand, should I say, when Arsenal have been in the times they've been in and the performances they've been putting in collectively in the last few weeks, play the young players. Play the young players. There's many a times where you've seen in my previews where I've said Reiss Nelson should play. And if I'm honest with you, to a degree it does. I'm not saying he sits down and watches social media, but when you can see how, when you know you're a good footballer, everybody's telling you, it kind of subconsciously it feeds into you, start believing certain things. He's not like that. He's a model professional. I want him to sign a new deal. But if I was him, you can understand the source of frustration. He's not jealous or anything, but you put things into perspective. He's seen a couple of his peers leave and have different, I wouldn't say success yet, because you can't judge their different, whether they've gone abroad or to different clubs yet, but they've gone and done that. His boy, Jadon Sancho, he's playing for the under-19s, I believe, today for Dortmund, with Sergio Gomez, who's another decent young player. But you've seen him playing in the Bundesliga, being one of the best players on the pitch and things like that, and he's going to get called up more and more. Nelson's made appearances this year. Wenger said that he'd give him chances. It is a case of just being patient, but by the same logic, if you're good enough, you're old enough, and in the form we've been in, he definitely can make a difference for us. I don't want to see it happening. Personally, I've told you guys, I don't think he's signed a new deal based on the current trend of whether it's Gnabry, Benacia, Marlon, Willock, McGain, regardless of what we think of these players or not. You've seen them depart the club with their contracts running down. So based on the current trend, it can't fill me with any joy seeing Reiss Nelson stay at the club. Like I don't think he's gonna stay. Like I really don't. I hope to be wrong, but he's a good player. There's teams, especially you're seeing the likes of Dortmund and that. For me, he has the potential to be one of the best players in England, and he's one of the brightest young players without a doubt in England. With that being said, the likes of Barcelona and Dortmund, who I've just said, who have both said they want to recruit in England, and any other club, they're going to want him. They're really going to want him. There's a lot of clubs he could go. Even if he stayed abroad, at home, for example. I don't know if how compensation and things work, but as an example, Fulham, look how Ryan Sessegnon is playing football, playing week in, week out and excelling. Imagine, just for argument's sake, I don't think he would, but for argument's sake, if he went to Fulham, for example, he'd be getting football. Yes, it's the Championship and all of them things there, but you get what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I'd like to see it put a bed to, and to be honest, we need to remember it's from what I am holding in on. It's a good source of frustration. It might have been carried in the wrong way, but ultimately he wants to play football. To be honest, I would have loved to have seen not just Reiss Nelson, Willock come on the pitch today, young Eddie who made his Premier League debut. Regardless of if you think these players have a long-term future or not, they cannot put it playing any worse than the players that have had chances over the week. They're gonna have more to prove, because they're gonna run around a bit more and all of these sort of things. And the fans, especially the fans that the few fans that, and I say that lightly, that are actually turning up to the Emirates, they need some encouragement. Yes, a lot of these points don't make sense because we went and won 3-0 today and it was convincing. And at the end of the day, it's about getting the result, the 3-0, not playing, not the Reiss Nelson show, etc. But you get where I'm coming from. I want to see him play more. I hope to God he plays more. I would love him. If it was me, this wouldn't be a thing because he would have been on the pitch. But I don't control our football club. I don't manage our football club, and you just wait and see, to be honest with you. Hopefully he signs a new deal. It's still Reiss Nelson FC. It's still Reiss Nelson gang. But yeah, man, that's the end of that for me, my 2 pence on it. Anyways, guys, to Lou Daguna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Get in the comments if you wish, subscribe and do the rest. Thanks for watching.